Moving on to the next one on the list. This lane, the note on the board says that the pin setter is not picking up a single standing 10 pin when you leave it all by itself. We are going to have to manually recreate that situation. So we're going to go second ball, we're going to trip the clutch, we're going to send down these 10 pins, we're going to lock our pin gate and stop pin feed, and then we're going to manually place a pin in the number 10 deck chute. We're going to go back to second ball, cycle the machine. It will stop at 180 because it does not currently have a full deck signal. If we reach down in here and move our 180 interlock link forward, we will trip the clutch and send down our respot. We are basically doing a respot here so that we can have a single standing 10 pin to test. So I'm going to go ahead and trip the clutch again. We're going to cycle it and we're going to see what happens. Can you see the pin right down there, little white spot? We want to watch that while we cycle. It just swept it away. The scissors did not close. So this machine has detected a strike on a single standing 10 pin. Let's go ahead and load a 7 in there. Respot that. Let's check a single standing 7. Well, we're not at a good spot where we can see that pin. Right there. Did you see the scissors close? Scissors open, it respotted that pin. So I'm wondering why we got a strike detection here and a standing pin detection there. Let's take a closer look. I think I have an idea. Again, safety first. Safety is our highest priority. The breaker's off, the machine is unplugged from incoming power. So the way that these machines operate is that the table lowers down onto standing pins, or in some cases no standing pins, right? And the detector assembly, through its detector disc and detector rod, determines the height of our moving deck. We'll be at a certain height on top of standing pins. We'll be at a certain height on no standing pins. And the detector makes that determination of what to do next. Either it detects a strike or it detects standing pins. And in this case, it's detecting a strike. And if we look up here, we have some pretty badly worn deck pads. So the deck is lowering down further on a single standing 10 pin because this deck pad has a hole in it. We need to see if we've got another deck pad, and I'm willing to bet that this will solve our issue. This is the number 4 area for the number 4 pin. This doesn't even have a deck pad. It is missing. Wow. Honestly, I'm zoomed out all the way. I can't go any wider, but there's a lot of deck pads that are worn out pretty bad here. I don't think they have 10 deck pads, honestly. I don't know if they even have 2 deck pads. We're going to find out. We may have to go out hunting for some parts here. I can honestly say that I'm not super proud of it, but, well, nobody was looking. I cheated a little bit. We have a 10 pin in the number 10 deck chute. We're on second ball. We're going to respot or spot just the 10 pin. We have proper detection now. So what I did I cheated on the detector rod adjustment slightly. Let me turn some of the noise off and I'll explain. So what I did, I moved the machine to 90 degrees strike, just like the book describes for doing your detector rod adjustment. And knowing that this one particular spot, and maybe a couple others, would maybe cause this thing to give you a false strike detection. What I did at 90 degrees on a strike is I loosened the clamping bolt for the lower tube section of the detector rod assembly, and I actually raised up the tube about 1/64 of an inch. So this is going to change a little bit the height detection that this thing is going to trigger a strike detection or a standing pins detection, ever so slightly. And this compensates for bad or worn or missing deck pads, just like we have here. This is a very old pin setter. This does not have holes in the deck for either a deck pad with studs or screws that go through the moving deck to bolt on a deck pad. These are glue-on deck pads. And I don't believe they have any of that type in the building. We can go ahead and have them order some, and when they come in, we can replace these deck pads. But for right now, in the short term, this is going to work. They will not have any more issues with a false strike detection on standing pins. So that is what it is, for better or worse. We can use this lane and it will function properly now. Like I said, these machines are kind of old, they're kind of tired, and they haven't been kept up on in the best shape over the last couple decades. But, you know, I'm here one day a week, I'm here to help. Just try and keep their machines going up and down the best that I can do with what we've got here in the building.